Welcome to Solo Solidaires, a production of Société Jazz de Saint-Henri with support from the Conseil des Arts de Montréal and in collaboration with Studio Le Bureau. Solo Solidaires is a new production. It's a series of solo concerts by some of Montreal's finest jazz musicians. I'm Katie Malloch, and it's my pleasure to be your host. This time, we're going to be listening to the music of Kim Zombik, a singer-songwriter originally from Boston, but she's called Montreal home since 2004. Her music is intimate. It's all about expanding horizons and telling stories, and I know you're going to enjoy it. This series works to support the efforts of Desta Black Youth Network. It's an organization here in Montreal that works to further the employability options for the youth of Little Burgundy in Montreal. If you'd like to contribute, if you're watching us on Facebook, go to the button below and click anytime to donate. And if you'd like more information about Desta, go to their website, destabyn.org. That's DESTABYN.org. And I know you'll be interested in the work that they're doing. So now let's hear from Kim Zombik. She's starting with an a cappella version of Thelonious Monk's composition with lyrics by Jon Hendricks called Little Butterfly.
Softer than silk and as warm milk, light as air and able to fly. Lost songs, no bliss, while they're waiting for her kiss. Pananica, my butterfly. Fluttering one, fair and bright as the sun, light as air embracing the sky. Colorful wings, soft and gaily painted things. Pananica, my butterfly. Like the lovely flowers, I'll wait for hours just to feel the touch that I love so much. One day you'll flutter by, I'll hold out my hand and capture my butterfly. Delicate things such as butterfly wings, poets can't describe though they try. Love played a tune as she crept from her cocoon. Pananica, Pananica, my butterfly, lovely butterfly.
That's Kim Zombik on Solo Solidaires with a piece of music that was written as Panonica by Thelonious Monk with lyrics added later by Jon Hendricks, and it's Little Butterfly. Kim, I remember Carmen McRae telling me one time after she made that album called Carmen Sings Monk, that Monk's music is a bitch to sing. She said, oh my God, those half tones, right? So that was an ambitious way to get things started.
Yeah, it's a little ambitious. I was like, did I succeed? But okay.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I like a challenge, so like, okay, let's see where that goes.
Yeah.
Great.
Tell me about the not just the jazz singers, but the different kinds of music that brought you to the musical point that you're at today.
That's a great question. Certainly, growing up as a kid, in Boston, I got a fair share of soul music, right? From my dad, there was a lot of, the Temptations and Al Green in the house. And then when my parents separated and was kind of more in my mother's sonic realm, it became a little bit more like, I just forgot their names. The Allman Brothers and Bob Seger, like over there, and then kind of on my own time, I found Barbra Streisand and gave a lot of time to listening to Barbra Streisand. And as a way to kind of wean me off of Barbra Streisand, my mother was like, here, listen to Billie Holiday, see what that does for you.
Good taste.
Yeah, but then also Carmen McRae, of course, somebody gave me the Monk album, as a gift, and it just went straight in,
Yeah. Tell me how you came from Boston to Montreal, because I'm thinking 2004, was Montreal a sort of jazz mecca for you, or what made you decide to come here?
Really, it had a lot more to do with I don't know, let's see what happens. Quite literally, I was actually in Western Massachusetts, and I moved up with a friend, and there were a few of us who were interested in, leaving the States, and Montreal pulled us all, actually.
Pulled us
group
up.
of us.
Was it easy to find your musical soulmates here?
Yes, quite.
Yeah.
Took some time, but it totally happened.
We're going to hear from one of them now. Nicolas Caloia is a bass player with whom you have a duet now, a duet performing group called Silvervest, and the two of you together are going to perform a piece that you co-wrote called Such a Lover.
Yes. And the tea, so green and bright, was poured right in a beam of sunlight that had slid into the room. And the tea, so green and bright, was poured right in a beam of sunlight that had slid into the room. Something was carried into the room on that light. Hopefulness and a certitude of joy. The light moved and its tender fingers explored my skin, traced the line of my ear and the arch of my black brow. And the tea, so green and bright, was poured right in a beam of sunlight that had slid into the room. And the tea, so green and bright, was poured right in a beam of sunlight that had slid into the room. And it moved, and it moved until each of my cheeks was held, each eye kiss closed, and a breathless now with the brilliance of this lover's complete attention. Warmth reaches through my skin, entering the layers of my flesh, of my body, of my beingness. A full beam like a lover's sure hand slowly wraps around my shoulder, moves to my breast, brushing my nipples through my dress with the warmth of its palms. My breath catches, my breath catches, my breath catches. Such a bold and silent lover, the sun, Such a bold and silent love of the sun. Such a bold and silent love of the sun. Loving me so. And in public, I'm watching the slow conquer of my body. The sun pins me to my seat, covering my body with its heat. A full beam like a lover's sure hand slowly wraps around my shoulders and moves to my breast, brushing my nipples through my dress with the warmth of its palms. My breath catches, my breath catches, my breath catches. Such a bold and silent love of the sun. Such a bold and silent love of the sun. Such a bold and silent lover. Such a bold and silent lover. Such a bold and silent lover. The sun.
Wow. Kim Zombik and Nicolas Caloia with Such a Lover. Kim, every time I've checked out videos on YouTube of you performing, it tends to be in a small setting. I mean, here you are, just voice and bass, or I've seen you perform voice and piano. What is there about the smallness of that setting that attracts you?
Certainly the intimacy of it, and things are not dissipated, put it this way, and it's really quite compact, and it kind of allows for a different level of, let's say, symbiotic connection, through the sound and all that stuff. I've certainly played with bigger bands for a long time, and that's totally fun, and just like it's like a different thing, There's horses, there's cats.
Yes, yeah. And what about your musical relationship with Nick? Because the bass and the voice both resonate. I mean, there's a similarity in the sound. What makes things work with him?
Maybe that really also has a lot to do just with like personality, on a sonic level. Yeah, there's something that's very rich that starts to feel to me like, we're creating this basket of sounds, the way his voice and my voice weave together and create from here, a blossoming of a sort, into the expression.
Yes, yeah.
But then personality-wise, we seem to like each other pretty well.
So
That's good.
she does a quick check on that.
Are we cool? It's cool. Yeah.
How about writing? Because traditionally in the jazz kind of tropes, singers sing other people's lyrics.
Yeah. This is true. So this is quite a bit of an adventure for me, just to write my own lyrics. And it really felt very much about time, having sung jazz for a long time, and there's like no shortage of amazing material. I also felt like I really wanted to sing more from the heart of my own experience, and see if I can make things happen from that place also.
And you and Nick together have this group, well, I call it a group, a duet, Silvervest. We're going to hear 2 songs now from Silvervest, both of them co-compositions, I think, of yours and Nicolas Caloia. We'll start with one called The Wait.
There are bags that need unpacking. There are things I need to let go. It's quite time to lighten the load, lighten the load. Yes, there are bags that need unpacking, lines to be unblurred, heavier than any galaxy is the weight of stories heard. And it's not that's not true. It's the weight of believing them that cripples and burdens you. It's not that's not fully true. The weight of believing them is what cripples and burdens you. The stories I refer to are the mortar between the bricks. The facts are the facts that stack, but what makes them stick? A child's mind reasons out life's whys and hows alone. Blaming herself, shaming herself, become pockets full of stones. And it's just that's what's true. The weight of believing them is what cripples and burdens you. And it's just that's what's true. The weight of believing them is what cripples and drowns you. She gets older, yet it may take years and decades to see. She can empty her pockets and choose to be free. But no, it's not that easy, because shame burns so deeply. The fire of this scarlet letter won't let me sleep, won't let me sleep, won't let me sleep, won't let me sleep. And it's just that's what's true. It's the weight of believing them that cripples and burdens you. And it's just that's what's true. The weight of believing them cripples and drowns you. There are bags that need unpacking. There are things I need to let go. Now is the time to lighten the load, lighten the load, lighten the load. If letting go means simply letting it be, I put down my burden and I sing myself free. Sleepless eyes wide open to all I have been. Soft palms wide open, I inhabit my own skin. I'm older now, a new young crone. I unblur the lines and choose what is my own. I'm older now, a new young crone. I unblur common man. 7 minutes in God's time. When Buddy Holly puts the glasses back up his nose, maybe, baby, I'd get to know him at some point in heaven time. Although I'm not sure what's on the other side of those clouds, and I have anxieties about expanding. Maybe, baby, I'd get to know him at some point in heaven time. The Holly, the Buddy, puts those glasses back up his nose. It's about staying in some kind of box, maybe, baby. It's about staying in some sort of box. That's a common man. Tight, compact, and orderly for the most part. But bigger glasses could lead to a bigger vision. It's about staying in some sort of box. That's the common man. Tight, compact, orderly for the most part. Bigger vision that extends off the page, off the screen. 360 degrees of sensorial awareness. Although I'm still not sure what's on the other side of those clouds, and I still have anxiety. 5 minutes in God's time. The Buddy, the Holly, pushed those glasses back up his nose. Green, brown, and twitching like a grasshopper's legs, but with no sound. No sound, no sound is only a screen for other things to take place behind. There's tension in the jaw, tension in the arms, tension in the legs, tension again in the empty jaw. There's a lot of that tension. How do we break down the piles? How do we pop the silent screens? Make statements, that's how. Say it, that's how. Stop speculating, that's how. Stop rubbing up on that rabbit foot and just say it, you know what I mean? Just say it. Bigger is what? Bigger is what? Like a planet that spirals in its orbit, and even that might be too orderly for what we need. You know, I heard Pluto got the boot. That's the common man. That's the common man. That's the common man. That's the common man. Time, nature, timid, nature, time, nature, timid, nature, time, nature, timid, nature. All that freedom is just chained to a post, and a tiny little post at that, and a tiny little post at that. Where are we? What are we? What's being sold? What's being told? And why do I continue to buy it? How do we break down the divider? Say it, that's how. Boom, pow, say it now, that's how. Time, nature, timid, nature, time, nature, timid, nature. All that freedom is still chained to a tiny post. Sound it out like a foreigner. If you need to sound it out round, sound it out like a foreigner. If you need to.
Common Man, and before that, The Weight, both of them co-compositions by Kim Zombik and the bassist Nicolas Caloia, and together they are the duo Silvervest. You guys have a good time doing your music. I mean, it's a great freedom for you, and I'm watching Nick behind you, and he's having a good time.
Yeah.
And enjoying the process. Tell me, how do you come together to make a piece of music like that?
We just literally get together and we jam a lot. Can I say it that way? Yeah, right here, actually, in this kitchen, right here, right in this very spot. So you're kind of seeing us in our nest, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and most of the time, you know, I write lyrics away. You know, I'm wandering around writing about whatever seems to fascinate me in some sort of way or seem compelling or amusing, you know, and then I bring that here. And, you know, this happens to be one that, like, who really knows what this song is about? But, you know, it came out that way and it stuck. You know?
It reminded me, I thought of Gil Scott-Heron when you were performing, because he too, and Tom Waits sometimes too, you know, commentaries on what's going on in the world and what we see and what we consume and what's out there for us.
Right.
Is that something you think about a lot, especially these days?
Yes, yes, I do. Um, and there's so much always to be said. Um, but at the same time, I find that my work is actually, I mean, outside of this particular tune, um, very personal. I tell a lot of personal stories, and clearly the lens of the times is in place, or the lenses are in place, but it's very personal in that way. And one of the poets, I just was re-listening to her last night, um, is Ansasake Shenge, who wrote For Colored Girls Who've Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. And her work really speaks to me. And I would say that she's, like, if I had to pick an ancestor, she would be one of the ones that I would pick as somebody whose work and her trajectory really guides mine.
Okay. As the duo Silvervest, you have gigs coming up. You have a new recording out. I'm going to tell people here on Solo Solidaire, if you want more information about the music that Kim and Nicolas are making together, the website is silvervestmusic.com, and you can get updated on everything that they're doing. And we're going to end this evening with a piece of music again. Just you, Kim. What is the attraction for you of singing by yourself, totally solo? It's pretty naked out there.
It's pretty naked. It's so funny. When I first started singing a cappella, I was 19, and it mostly because I was too shy to ask somebody to accompany me.
But not too shy to get up by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, there's a limit to the shyness, and then yeah.
You've got a piece of music. We're going to end with Kim Zombik and Joni Mitchell's Jericho.
I'll try to keep myself open up to you. It's a promise that I made to love. When it was new, just like Jericho, I said, let these walls come tumbling down. I said it like I finally found a way to keep the good feelings alive. I said it like it was something to strive for. I'll try to keep myself opened up to you and approve your self-expression. I need that too. I need your confidence, baby, and the gift of your extra time. In turn, I'll give you mine, sweet darling. It's a rich exchange, it seems to me. It's a warm arrangement. Anyone will tell you just how hard it is to make and keep a friend. Maybe they'll short sell you, or maybe it's you, Judas, in the end, when you just can no longer pretend that you're getting what you need, or you're giving off anything for them to grow and feed on. I'll try to keep myself opened up to you. It gets easier and easier to do just like Jericho. The walls come tumbling down. Let them fall right on the ground, and all the dogs go running free. The wild and the gentle dogs kenneled in me.
Kim Zombik on Solo Solidaire with Joni Mitchell's Jericho. Thank you so much, Kim, and thanks to Nicolas Caloia, the bass player too. The duo is called Silvervest. Once again, here at Solo Solidaire, we work to help further the aims of Desta Black Youth Network. If you'd like to donate, go to the button at the bottom of your screen on Facebook and click there, or go to destabyn.org. That's it for this time. I'm Katie Malloch. Thank you so much for joining us and to enjoy all this beautiful music. I'll see you next time.